I've expected you. I'm Epidea, but you can call me Era, and welcome to Pokémon Pokémon copied from Digimon. The title is a joke. I just wanted to title this something outrageous. I need to get my foot in the door somehow, you know? Also, Pokémon, please don't sue me, I'm joking. This is for fun. We will talk about Pokémon and Digimon, which are based on the same concept like flowers or clouds or something, you'll see. Also, for fun, I will rate them in different categories on a scale of 1 to 10. And to explain the title, I specifically checked that I would only use Pokémon which came out after the Digimon. Hi, Edadea here. Like the fool I am, I forgot to explain the level systems relevant here, so let me get through this quick. Pokémon has a simple level 1 to level 100 system. Pokémon hatching start on level 1. Pokémon that evolve often evolve on a specific level. Let's take Meowth as an example. Meowth could be somewhere between level 1 and level 100, but it can evolve from level 28 onwards to Persian, which means that Persian can be somewhere from level 28 to level 100. The Digimon level system is a bit more complicated. The standard line has the following levels: Fresh, In Training, Rookie, Champion, Ultimate and Mega. Another important one for this video is the Armor level, which is a special stage somewhere equal or over the Champion level. Additionally, while Pokémon has a type system with, full-on rules which type is effective against which, Digimon is much more lenient with that and the levels are the most important. But even then there can be strong Digimon on each level but also weaker ones. So when you get a weak champion level against a strong rookie level, the rookie could still win. I know, it's weird, I hope this explanation helps somehow. Back to the irregularly scheduled program. So our first concept is a cogwheel. So, let me introduce you to the Digimon. Hagurumon. Hagurumon is a machine-type Digimon on the rookie level. It's said that it doesn't have a sense of self and doesn't have a moral compass. Its body is made up of many gears that are constantly rotating. If only one of them stops, it stops functioning. As the corresponding Pokémon, I chose Klang. Even though it has a full evolution line, I figured that Klang would be the best comparison. Klang is a Steel-type Pokémon on at least level 38, as that is the level it evolves on. It lives on mountains or in factories. If it shoots a mini-gear at an enemy and it doesn't return, it stops functioning. So, which one is stronger? Not only is Hagurumon really fragile, considering that if only one gear is damaged it ceases to function, Klang also seems really tanky, so it's pretty likely that if you would put a Hagurumon versus a Klang, Klang would come out the winner and probably damage Hagurumon to a severe point. Is there a Hagurumon repair facility or something? How do they get repaired? Do they just need to wait until another one comes along? I have questions. Anyway, my opinion on both. I really like Hagurumon. I have a weakness for cute machines. I never really saw Klang. I don't think I catched it when I played Pokemon Black, and I also never saw the Black-White anime, which doesn't matter anyway because it's not in it. But I do think it's cute. It is a different cute than Hagurumon, but still cute. Now, ratings. Hagurumon's abilities are pretty cool. While it has a lot of physical attacks, it can also infect enemies with a virus which drives them mad, which sounds very similar to what happened on Fire Island, but that's another story. Overall, 7 out of 10. Wouldn't want to have a Hagurumon as an opponent, would want to have an Hagurumon as a partner. Personality-wise, there isn't much to say considering that Hagurumon is literally said to not have one because it's a machine. So technically this should be a 0 out of 10, but I find it cute, so I give it a 5 out of 10. Execution of concept gets a solid 8 out of 10 because the design is nice, and you can definitely tell it's more or less based on a cogwheel. Klang's abilities are very interesting. The attacks it can learn are partially very strong ones, and it has a special attack. So overall, with a strong moveset, I would say we are looking at a 8 out of 10. For personality, we have a small issue, while with Hagurumon we at least have info about that it just doesn't have a personality. For Klang, we have no info besides how they communicate with each other. So I'm going with a 3 out of 10 for personality, because of missing information. Execution of concept, however, gets a 9 out of 10. While I personally prefer Hagurumon, I can't deny that the design of Klang is better. Our next concept is a plant. To be more specific, a cactus. I would like to get more specific, but I think just Cactus is easier for everyone. A Digimon for this concept is, and I hope the people that do know Digimon have already guessed correctly, yes, Togemon. Togemon is a vegetation Digimon on the champion level, as Togemon doesn't really have a face, it's hard to read its emotions. It's said that because it is a cactus, it can survive very long even in harsh conditions. Now we have two different cactus Pokémon, the Cognier Evolution Duo and Maractus, and I decided to go with Cacturne as it is the closest to Togemon in my eyes. Cacturne is a grass and dark type Pokémon on at least level 32. During the day it doesn't move to not lose moisture, but during the night it searches for prey, which could happen to be tired travelers. For who is stronger, from a level standpoint, it could either be even or Cacturne could be stronger. Both also seem to have mostly physical attacks, and while grass is weak against grass, I can't really tell who would be stronger. It would probably heavily depend on the moveset of Cacturne, so I have no idea. I would like to say Togemon, but Cacturne has many variables. Please tell me what you think in the comments. My opinion is I generally love Togemon. It's probably one of my favorite Digimon, and red boxing gloves on something not human make everything better, right? Cacturne is again a Pokemon I haven't seen much, but it invokes a similar feeling to Togemon, and so I think it's good. Togemon's abilities are very good. It's not only capable of strong physical attacks, but can also attack at a distance, though not very targeted. I give Togemon here a 7 out of 10. I think it's safe to say that Togemon have a rather nice personality. While it is described as hard to read and somewhat cold, we have seen it as a nice and nurturing Digimon, so I give it a 7 out of 10. I would go up to an 8 or 9, but it is also described as hard to calm down when it gets angered, so I think a 7 is appropriate. Execution of concept gets a 9 out of 10 because it is unmistakably a cactus and the red boxing gloves are worth an entire point of their own. Don't fight me on that. Cacturne's abilities are very good. It can learn quite a few different attacks, not only in type but also in category. The abilities it can have, Sand Whale and Water Absorb, just add to this. Considering everything, this is a very solid 9 out of 10. Personality, we again have the issue of missing information. Overall, it's described as kind of a predator. I honestly don't know how to rate this, so let's go with a 6 out of 10. Execution of concept gets a 8 out of 10. While it is categorized as a scarecrow Pokemon, it is also a cactus, and overall a pretty good one, so 8 out of 10 it is. A candle. Second object, third concept, brings you light, can be warm. Candles are nice. The candle Digimon is Candlemon. Who could have seen that coming? Candlemon is a fire Digimon on the rookie level. The flame on its head resembles a Demimeramon. If the flame goes out, it dies. So some think the flame on its head is the real entity. And the candle Pokemon is Litwick. Litwick is a ghost and fire type Pokemon and is the base form of Candelure. Litwick lives in gloomy places like graveyards and ruins. It pretends to guide lost people and Pokemon with a light through the darkness, but is actually absorbing their life energy to use for itself. Its presence can also interfere with electric devices. I'm not too sure which one would be stronger. I want to say Litwick, but from a level standpoint it could be either. Both are described as rather ruthless, but if Litwick has the ability Flash Fire, Candlemon won't be able to do much damage. So it's heavily dependent on the level of Litwick, on its moveset, and if it has the ability Flash Fire or not. Is this the first time I prefer the Pokemon? While Candlemon is a really interesting Digimon, Litwick appeals more to me. Litwick may be more dangerous than Candlemon, but is also cuter. Candlemon's abilities are very fire and hot wax focused. If you are a candle, you should probably keep your distance. While the abilities are strong for certain situations, they are also very limited. So I'll give a 6 out of 10. And just like that, we have no info about the personality of Candlemon. The only real reference I have for this is the appearance in the Digimon Frontier anime, and that showed that the Candlemon are very dedicated to defending their territory, but can also be very friendly to visitors when they realize they aren't enemies. So how about a 7 out of 10? Maybe an 8 out of 10, but more of a 7. Execution of concept. It's a candle. It's certainly a candle. A candle with arms and an extra set of eyes and another mouth, but it's a candle. A good one at that. 8 out of 10. Litwick's abilities are very focused on status and special attacks with a slight variation in types. The abilities it can have can be rather useful if applied correctly, so overall I would say we are looking at a solid 8 out of 10. Personality is questionable. It's described as rather ruthless. We may even be able to say cruel. You know, now I realize I didn't really think about what I should consider in rating the personality. Anyway, 7 out of 10, because solid description even if it's not nice. Execution of concept also gets an 8 out of 10, because it certainly is a candle. A little evil, very cute, small, so 8 out of 10. Welcome to the first animal concept. Elegant, beautiful, majestic. It's the swan. Our first graceful birdie is Swanmon. Swanmon is a bird Digimon on the armor level. Swanmon are known for the divine form and loving nature. While it is said that long ago there were many Swanmon, these days they seem rare. Our second graceful birdie is Swanna. Swanna is a water and flying type Pokémon which evolves out of Ducklet, starting on level 35. While it looks fragile, it is very strong. It has great endurance, so it can fly for long spans of time. Swanna live in groups and are known to start dancing at sundown. For which one is stronger, I think it could be even. Both Swanmon and Swanna have pretty limited attacks. Swanmon's only real attack is Feather Tornado, and Swanna's attacks are pretty limited to water and flying type attacks, and the abilities it can have aren't highly beneficial in this case. So I don't know. What do you think? Swanmon holds a very special place in my heart. Be it because it was a good character in Digimon Frontier, or because I genuinely like the armor level Digimon. Swanna definitely deserves to be described as graceful and beautiful. It is peaceful and at the same time it is strong. While there are multiple similar Pokemon I would prefer over Swanna any day, I won't deny it is a pretty good Pokemon. Swanmon's abilities are honestly only two. Its attack Feather Tornado and the fact that in Digimon Frontier we've seen it as a very motherly figure and essentially to some degree the mother of all Digimon. So this is a 4 out of 10. A solid 4, but a 4 nonetheless. As mentioned, personality-wise it is similar to Togemon but stronger, nurturing, friendly, motherly. While we only saw one Swanmon closely, I'm assuming that all Swanmon show similar traits, as in loyal and friendly. So because we got this direct close example, I'll give it a full 9 out of 10 here. Execution of concept gets a solid 8 out of 10. It's a swan. It's a majestic swan. 8 out of 10. Swanna's abilities, while limited, are strong. The attacks it can learn are good, and the abilities it can have can probably be utilized very well. So here goes a 6 out of 10. Could be a 7 out of 10, not sure. Personality is... I perceive it as kinda stuck up because of the design, but considering that Swanna lives in big groups and takes part in basically daily rituals, I'm assuming there's at least some kind of understanding and engaging in direct socialization. So I will give a good 7 out of 10 and just not explain further because I don't know how. Execution of concept also here gets a solid 8 out of 10, also a majestic swan. While I don't like this chest feather part, still certainly a swan, certainly a majestic swan, so 8 out of 10. Last concept for today, second animal. I should have probably distributed this better. Big mammal, very big. Whale, probably blue whale to be more specific. First whale, Whamon. Whamon is an aquatic mammal Digimon on either the champion or the ultimate level. It's said that the Whamon who live closer to the coastlines are stronger than those out in the open ocean. Overall, Whamon is considered a friendly and peaceful Digimon, but if it does get provoked, it could start tsunamis. Second whale, Wailord. Wailord is a water type Pokemon on at least level 40 and is one of the largest Pokemon. It lives in groups together with Whalemare, which hunt for food together. It has an easygoing temperament and loves to play. So, for who is stronger? Both are big. Whamon is massive. I don't even know how to estimate how big it is because it just is big. Wailord, on the other hand, is a bit complicated. It's said to be 14 meters in height, but that measurement is also applied to length in some segments of the wikis, and in the anime it is shown way bigger either way. But just from these two images, I would say they have a similar size, but Whamon is a bit bigger, while Wailord is probably heavier. In the Pokemon type system, Wailord has probably a better chance because Whamon's attacks are limited to water and direct physical attacks. So probably a combination of which level both are on and who gets better hits. This is probably, again, even, unfortunately. I would really like to give a solid answer, but that's not as easy as I thought. Whamon, just like Swanmon, holds a special place in my heart. Whamon are described as friendly but also very strong. And while I admit it looks a bit scary, it also looks cool. Wailord, along with Wailmer, are certainly pretty iconic Pokemon considering that it feels like it's everywhere. While I haven't seen it much besides minor appearances, I can appreciate it for the iconic wail it is. Whamon's abilities are limited to 2 water attacks and 2 physical attacks. While it is very strong and said to become very wise with age, I'm not sure I can give a high rating here. We are probably looking at a 5 out of 10, maybe a 6 out of 10, considering that it is after all very strong. Whamon's personality, as already mentioned 2 times I think, is peaceful and, from what we saw in Digimon Adventure, friendly. Very friendly in fact. So I'll give a 8 out of 10. Execution of concept is 7 out of 10. It's a whale. It's a creative whale. 7 out of 10. Wailord's abilities are good. The attacks it can learn are somewhat variable in type, and the abilities Wailord can have could be very useful. Overall, 6 to 7 out of 10. As it is described as easygoing and playful, I give a nice 8 out of 10 for personality here. Execution of concept gets a full 8 out of 10 because I do kinda think Wailord's design is slightly better, but I don't know why. And that's it. Gathering this info took longer than I want to admit, so I won't. If you disagree with my ratings, let me know what you would give in the comments. I'm calling for comments. Who am I? Oh, and if you have ideas for more categories for ratings, I would be very open to them because I may or may not have more material for another video like this. Originally, I just wanted to make a video about the main Digimon partners and which Pokemon types they would have, in my opinion. And then I wanted to make a video about Digimon that could pass as Pokemon, and then I came to this idea. What a journey no one saw. And with this, I release you into the depths of the universe. Once again, see ya!